Crafts, maybe, yeah. Pictures. Worksheets, very good. So, yeah. Magazines, yeah. The print industry is going to make anything that has printed words on it. So for a really, really long time, the only way to get anything written down was to write it by hand. So getting things written down took a really long time, and actually almost nobody learned how to read and write. Because there wasn't that much stuff with writing on it, it just wasn't that important to learn how to read and write. And that started to change all the way back in the 1400s in Germany, when somebody with the last name Gutenberg thought of something called movable type. So movable type, they're all little pieces that, have you guys ever used like stampers for craft projects? They're basically like little stampers, and every single one has a different letter. It's from 1828, and it's called the acorn press. Does anyone think they can guess why they called it that? What do you think? So it probably could break an acorn, it's pretty big, but that's not why they named it that. What do you think? Yeah. So they call it an acorn press because it looks like an acorn. If you guys look at this cutout in the middle, it's kind of shaped like an upside down acorn, and they call it a press because it's a printer. By getting this roller, which they called a brayer, and they would get it all covered in ink. And then once they had ink all over their roller, they would roll it onto their chase. So onto that thing where they had all of their letters fused together. And then they would take a blank piece of paper and put it up in this part. And they would fold this whole thing closed. And they turn this crank. And then they're going to pull this lever. And this is what actually does the pressing. When I pull this whole black piece is going to press down a little bit. So it's going to press the paper into the ink. So I press down on it, and now I crank this back out, and I open this back up, and now my piece of paper has everything that was on my chase. So if they wanted to use this as fast as they could, they would have two people working together on it. So one person would be doing all the inking, one person would be doing all the cranking. The stamp is right in there. So they would have two people working together, and they could do 200 pages in 1 hour. Talking about. So it's just a big, heavy frame, and inside, I'm gonna turn it. They lined up all of the letters to spell something out. So it kind of looks like it's one big piece, but every letter is its own piece. So I'm gonna draw your thing in one letter at a time and write it all backwards. So do you guys think that was an easy job? No. Alright. Well, if you still have to do it one letter to roll it up, yeah, use my foot. If you can't see, it might help to move a little more that way. Come on, get it all over it.
All you have to do is just back.
Yeah. I got one copy, and the second copy, and third copy. So I did 3 copies just as fast as I did 1 copy before. So this one's a lot faster. Is our favorite industry to talk about here at the Museum of Industry. It's the food industry. We are going to talk about the oyster canning industry. And does anybody know what an oyster cannery does? No. Any guesses? It's kind of in the name. What do you think? They can oysters. They take oysters and they put them into cans and they send them all around the country. And there were a ton of oyster canneries in Baltimore at the end of the 1800s. Does anyone think they know why there were so many around here?
Because it was a city.
Because it was a city. That was definitely important, but there was another thing. What do you think? Very good. So when you guys were eating lunch, you were right next to some water, right? So that water is, does anyone know the river that water is part of? That water is connected to the ocean. Not the Potomac, it's another P one. It's part of the Patapsco River, and the Patapsco Chesapeake Bay. And the Chesapeake Bay was full of oysters. So they could send boats down the river and into the Chesapeake Bay where they could use big nets like this to pick up tons of oysters. And they would bring those oysters back to Baltimore and drop them off at oyster canneries where people would can the food and send it all over the place. And the reason that we like to talk about oyster canneries so much at this museum is because way before we were a museum, this building that you guys are in right now was built in the 1860s, and it was an oyster cannery. So these little floors that you guys are on right now and that brick wall next to you are left over from when this used to be an oyster cannery. So it's our favorite industry to talk about. And when I am serious, yeah, this is actually an oyster cannery. So when they first got the oysters out of the bay, they kind of looked like this. So do you guys think that they put this whole entire thing into a pan? Why not? This is so big. So what do you guys, does anyone know what they did? What do you think? They put it in a bucket? Yeah. What else? What do you think?
They opened them up.
Yeah, they had to open them up, and they would take, there would be a little bit of meat inside, and they would just push that meat into a big bucket. So to get these oysters open was called shucking them. There was a whole big group of people who are called oyster shuckers. That was their job, and they just spent their whole day opening up oysters and scraping the meat into tails like that. So here we have a picture of a bunch of shuckers. Does anyone notice anything about this picture that they want to talk about? What do you think? It does kind of look like an assembly line. Canning oysters worked a little bit like an assembly line because people did one job at a time. Different people did all different jobs. This picture is not right. This isn't from this oyster cannery, but it is
up there.
Yeah, it's the same. There you go. This big picture is part of this picture. What else?
I noticed
They're all wearing hats, yeah. So until like the 1960s, people used to wear hats all the time. People would just wear hats in their everyday lives, and it was a lot more fun. When they do that oyster shucking job, it can be really gross. So they would all wear rubber aprons, so all that gross stuff could just rubber, so it didn't get like stuck in there. What about what? Gloves. So they would usually wear a glove at least on one of their hands.
Why?
So that they wouldn't get poked around by the oysters too much, because sometimes those shells are a little spiky. What else? Real life? But here at the museum, we call him Little Timmy. And Little Timmy was a can boy. Because they were making cans in one part of the factory. So in one part they were making all those cans out of metal. And in another part, they were putting food into the cans. And in another part, they were actually cooking the cans. So those cans had to get from one place to another place. They just had kids who were called the can boys, who would take baskets of cans and run them around the factory. Usually girls wouldn't do this job. Back in the 1800s, we did not do things the same way we do them today. And there were a lot of jobs that only men were allowed to do, and some jobs that only women were allowed to use to move cans from one place to another. So I'm gonna turn it on so you guys can see. Right now though, we have it kind of, you see how it's bent in the middle? Because we have it bent up like that, it means that our cans kind of end up in the same place that they start. But originally, they would have just had this stretch all the way out in a long straight line, so it would take the cans really far away from where they started. It's bent right now because our room isn't that big anymore. We just don't have space for it to be all the way out, so we hit that wall over there. But I'll still show you guys how it works. I'm going to put this in on this side, and it's going to go up that conveyor belt and back down the green part. So they make stuff out of a special kind of metal called iron. So they
Oh,
start off with a piece of iron. Right now, yeah, I have this piece of metal. I think it's in Minecraft too. I have this hard piece of iron, and no matter how hard I try, I am not going to be able to bend this iron. So does anyone know how they got it so they could bend it? What do you think? They have to get it really, really hot. So blacksmith shops would have kind of a stove like this, and they would be burning coal in it. And coal burns really, really hot, and it burns really fast. So it gets hotter than wood, and they can start a fire really easily. So they would hold their iron back there until it was so hot that the metal started to glow. And then once it was glowing, they would be able to hammer it into whatever shape they wanted. So they would take it over to their anvil, and they had all kinds of tools that they could use. So I'm not going to do it. I don't know how to be a blacksmith. But if you guys ever come down, I don't want to make a big fire right now, but this is still a working blacksmith shop. All the stuff in here works. If you guys ever are in Baltimore on a weekend, we have a blacksmith who works here on Saturdays. So it's really cool to see that. But a blacksmith would be able to make all of their own tools. So they have lots of little iron things that they made themselves that they could use. So I could just pop this in my anvil, and if I wanted something that was like kind of round like this, I would be able to hold my really, really hot iron in there and just kind of move it around, and it would fill into that shape. So they would be able to make whatever shapes they needed, but there were a couple problems with blacksmiths being the only ones who could make things out of iron. Can you guys think of any problems? What do you think? What's that? You could burn yourself. There also, do you guys think it was easy to learn to be a blacksmith? No, this was one of those really skilled jobs that I mentioned earlier, for things to come out exactly the same every time. So this thing that I'm holding right now is like what would go on the end of a fire hose. And they want to make sure that fire hoses can screw perfectly into fire hydrants when they need to get water, right? So do you think that they would ask a blacksmith to make every single fire hose and just think he could do it perfectly? No, instead they used a machine that they knew would do it perfectly every time. So the last thing I'm going to do on our tour is show you guys how this machine works. So I'm going to turn it on first, just in case any little pieces come off. I want you guys to grab some stickers. You guys can see some stuff on the ceiling starting to move. So now I can turn on this machine, and this machine is going to make what would go on the end of a fire hose. And it's going to do it perfectly every time. So here, my on-and-off switch is just this piece of wood. I'm going to turn it on. And I'm going to lower this. Whoops. And we have a pattern on that side of the machine. So this is going to follow that pattern from one side to the other. And it's going to make it perfectly every single time. I go. Start to take your goggles off again. Do you guys